Welcome back to Rock Guitar Confidential with Scott and Ryan. On this episode, big hands, I know you're the one. Or are you? Does it even matter? Find out next.
You know, it's funny. I remember the guy, his years must have been like 91 or something like that. I saw an interview with Steve Vai in Guitar World magazine, and he was talking about what he called the Vai advantage, which is basically his giant hands, that kind of thing. And I remember thinking, like,
his ET phone home fingers.
Exactly. It's like crazy. You can wrap it around your hand 3 times when you shake your hand, kind of hands. And
I remember that's exactly what happened when I met him.
That was exactly.
Yeah, like my hand disappeared inside his hand, and I realized I was dealing with an extraterrestrial.
Yes, someone who's clearly not of this earth. Ironically,
clearly not.
It's like no, but I've never seen anything. You know what's funny though? I've met Satriani, I've met John Petrucci.
Yep.
You know, a bunch of people like that. Those guys all have the same size hands as me. They're not like giant hand guys. You know, so there's a myth out there that like, you have to have giant hands. You can do these things you couldn't do with smaller hands. Some of the greatest guitar players ever did not have giant hands. So,
yeah, I mean the electric guitar itself, especially if you're playing like a modern, like a type guitar, like
a real guitar, like a
or,
Super Strat that's got like
yes.
Floyd and 24 frets and a super fast neck and low action.
Yeah, nice flat radius frets.
Like a real guitar, like a guitar that real people would play. Yeah,
like a
Telly or Les Paul, like some bullshit like
right. You're talking like a fully evolved electric guitar,
not a regressive one, not going back. Yeah. Oh, you want a square? Why? Why would you want that? No, just you've seen a Super Strat. It's like so stupid. It's like, you know, I don't know. I'm about to eat with my hands. No, we have forks and knives. What are we doing?
Right.
It doesn't make sense.
Like, you don't want a guitar that fights back.
No, the goal is to have the guitar be on your side, not fighting against you the whole time.
Man, I hate it when people say that. I like a guitar that fights back a little bit. That is the dumbest bullshit. That's like saying I like old dead strings.
Yeah, exactly.
No, you don't.
I'm like more of a fan of just tying both my legs together and trying to get around that way. That's
right.
Perfect. Yeah, that's way better than having 2 legs. What are we doing? You know, it's
man, I love it when the transmission in my car slips.
Yeah,
that's so much better.
Wouldn't it be great when the tires are bald and they have no grip on the road at all? It's just who knows what's going to happen.
I've got to say, I like that my car doesn't have a transmission.
That's true. Because you have a Tesla.
I do.
Yes, you do. Congratulations, my
friend.
Thank you. It's a beautiful car, by the way.
Thank you very much. Yeah, it's fucking awesome.
It is. I've been in that thing. That's freaking crazy powerful. I think that's one thing that's like mind-blowing. Like when you hit that freaking accelerator, it's like, whoo.
Yeah, 510 horsepower.
There's like
immediately.
There's very little like in between. Like, boom, and it's just you're gone. You know what I mean?
You know, and I'd recommend for those out there who are, you know, fans of engineering, there's some cool videos explaining like how the modern Tesla motor works. Mm-hmm. You know, it has to do with magnetism, and it's
that's cool. I didn't know that.
Yeah, and like how it creates torque by like shifting where the poles are relative to the magnets in the cylinder. It's really fascinating stuff.
Wow. Yeah.
Yeah, it's very, very cool. So I feel even better that I bought a new one. Now I just need to get my money back for the wall charger that they sent me. That's garbage.
All in good time, man. You'll get it done. I promise. It will all work out.
Yes.
At some point,
excellent.
You can just suppress your rage for now. We put it into our music. You know what I mean? That's what it is. Like
yes, and
angry riffs. You know what I mean?
That's right. Yeah, many angry riffs to come. So, you know, with my normal size fingers.
Yes, exactly. Mine slightly smaller than normal size fingers, and I'll make that work. You know,
I don't know. I think you have normal size fingers, man.
Thank you, man. I appreciate that. I think I definitely have. You know, I know that when I can stretch the shit out of my fingers, so I can really stretch that. But that's saving grace because I can do all these big stretches on. Like I'm doing like 3-note string pentatonics or like diminished scales and things like that. I can actually play those guys down low and stuff because my hand will do it. But you know, when you watch my hand, it's like completely disappearing behind the neck, and my fingers are like completely doing the splits when I'm doing that. But I watch someone like Paul Gilbert. That's something, or Steve Vai. That blows my mind. Freaking Jason Becker too. Back when he was playing too, he had giant hands. Same thing. It blows my mind because I'll look at their fingers and it's like they're just slightly spreading their hand around, but they're doing these giant like minor third between each finger stretch.
Right. Right. Like doing like these like string skipping like diminished 7 arpeggios everywhere. Yeah. Right? Which I mean I can do those.
Doing like at the 5th fret though, or something. What's like way down. Like how in the hell?
Where the frets are super far apart.
Exactly.
Right. Yeah, if you're trying to play like first position like diminished 7 string skipping arpeggio, then that's like a whole different. Yeah.
My lowest
right?
I can get and have real command of those guys is like the 7th fret, like where I can really do like those giant stretches and stuff like that. Or maybe going down like 6, I can do that. But like
so I guess there's the topic, right? So there's I mean maybe like broader. I feel like so you know on most things you know 2 contradictory truths can exist simultaneously.
Are you suggesting there can be 2 truths?
Yeah. Well, I mean,
Without
I said
bringing the multiversal.
I said seemingly contradictory, but that are in fact not contradictory. It's all about perspective.
Okay, sure. Well, that's like most things.
Man, I feel like I just like saved that one.
No, I'm trying to follow you. So you've got like, so you're saying, so do you feel like people who have, like, say, bigger hands, for instance, are more physically like
big hands? I know you're the one. There's the okay. I had to do the.
It doesn't mean that. Okay, it doesn't mean that. All right, no.
I had to give Violent Femmes a shout out.
You don't have to.
So there you go.
It's so easy not to. I mean, it's just
it's okay. But I was compelled.
All right.
So
the point is, like, is that really an advantage? Because that's what people believe. If you have big hands, that's a big advantage playing guitar. If you have giant fingers, if you have really long fingers, do you feel like that's a truism, or is that like more relative than that?
Yeah,
I'll tell you what I think, but like,
yeah, I mean, there's definitely, and where this comes from. Welcome to Rock Guitar Confidential, by the way, everybody.
Scott and Ryan.
With Scott and Ryan. Yep, that's right. Yeah. So I guess today's topic is, the physicality of playing guitar.
Yep, and then all its aspects. We're going to get to all of them, but
right.
the big fingers, like big long fingers, big hands thing. That's always been kind of a thing. So to me, I would say. It doesn't matter. I mean, there's things you can do physically if you have giant fingers that you can do stretches that guys like you and I would struggle to do or have a harder time doing, right? But the other side of that too, it really depends on what you do with it. It's almost like a wide receiver in the NFL. They have a guy who can run like a 4.2, or something like that. But then you have another guy who's maybe a 4.7 guy. But the guy that's a 4.7 guy can actually. Okay, I know this. We're talking football. I just realized I look at his face. I'm like, oh my god, I'm going football.
Yeah, and sorry, my eyes. I can actually like feel my eyes glazing over. At least you didn't say golf.
The analogy is I could use basketball, but the analogy stands better in football. So the point is, like, if you have a guy who's got more physical gifts, let's say, and another guy who's maybe gifted but not as physically gifted, that guy could still become a better player because of the work ethic, the intelligence, the instincts,
sure.
that kind of thing.
Like in basketball, it's like basketball IQ. If you're a smart player, then you make better decisions on the court.
If you can ball handle and shoot, and you play some defense, then you got a lot more sort of options. Yeah, rather than some guys like some Victor Wembanyama guy who's like 6 or 7'4", but if he couldn't handle the ball and he couldn't shoot, that wouldn't help him.
Yeah, of course he can do both of those things.
Yeah, he can. He's a great player, but
God damn it,
he's no Steph Curry, man.
No, because I think Wembanyama's a decent human being.
Oh my god,
fuck baby Steffi, dude. I don't want you to do it. Nope.
Yeah, I think my analogy holds though. And in guitar, it's the same way. You might have maybe you have an advantage in some way, like your fingers are slightly longer. Maybe you have better stamina. Like maybe your hand can go longer without getting tired than another person or something like that.
So like on the stamina topic, so this comes from I've got so we're at that time of year where there's like a crop of new students, right? Like every time
people are flushing out and people flushing in.
Right, there's a lot of like churn, I think, in every guitar.
Oh my god, churn!
Schedule.
What a great word for that. That's absolutely the right word. Yeah.
Yep. Sweet. So we're at the churn time of year. Right, so
is it slow churned?
Slow churned like Amish butter.
Yes, exactly. It's perfect.
Yeah, so
delicious.
Right.
Or like Dreyer's ice cream is slow churned.
Slow churned, like Dreyer's ice cream. Right, or like.
By the way, I'm almost certain that means nothing.
Like a slurry made out of like human remains.
Yes, exactly.
Yes.
The way our students come and go in the fall is so like just like human remains slurry, of course. That's
so I'm playing this game called Chronos: The New Dawn. Where,
okay.
Like this.
Wait, you're not doing Hunt Showdown? Are you like off that?
No, I'm always on Hunt Showdown.
Oh, okay,
but this is like a single player like survival horror thing.
Oh God.
Yeah, where you like travel through time to like find the roots of this epidemic in the early '80s in communist Poland.
Oh wow. So it'd be like early '80s at the Sunset Strip, and so you can go see Rat and like Quiet Riot and stuff.
Oh man, that would be rad.
That would be
but
cool.
unless they like contract this virus that like causes like the flesh of living people to like merge with others, and so they become these like multi-headed eyeball like mutant
like a
monsters
chimera or something.
Yeah, it's fantastic. I love it. So there's like a lot of like
life affirming.
So there's a lot, of course. So there's like a lot of this like like biomass everywhere. It's like the walls covered in like flesh that's like from like merged like human body. Dude, Halloween's right around the corner, man. I'm getting in the mood.
I'll give you this. We're mid-September. You can start getting excited about Halloween now.
Dude, I'm excited. Man.
Yeah, you should. I'm excited about candy.
As soon as the stupid ass sun starts going away and we get some clouds and some rain.
We're losing 2 minutes of sunlight a day.
Yes.
I mean, that's
awesome.
The vampires will soon be running free.
Oh, I love it. Yeah, I can't wait to like get off work and there be no stupid sun. It's going to be so nice.
You know what? This is, you and I are so simpatico in so many ways, but I could not be more opposite. You're like, keep the sun, damn it. Please let the sun stay.
Like, I won't have to take like the sunshade off of my sunroof anymore. I can just leave it open because there won't be any stupid sun trying to give my forehead cancer. Okay. Yeah, there's no forehead cancer.
Yep.
Which is a physical thing, just like playing guitar.
Yep.
So
exactly.
You know, I take for granted. So the stamina thing, if you just play guitar all the time, you'll build it.
Yeah, I feel like it's very similar to athletics in a lot of ways. You just got to practice a bunch and then be kind of build up to it. And then once you get there, you have to maintain that technical facility. You know what I mean? And like I would say, like I probably practice about 2 hours a day right now, and then I probably play in total about 8-9 hours a day every day. But I practice about 2 hours a day, and that's almost all of my practicing. Like probably 95% of it is just maintenance. Just keeping my technical facility together, making sure my chops are together. You know what I mean? And
absolutely,
you need to do that. Like once you kind of develop your chops, you have to then maintain your chops. It's just like anything else. So, but that process though of building your technique is going to allow you to build your stamina. You know what I mean? And I think the biggest challenge, as far as from a teaching perspective with this kind of thing, is because a lot of times when you're trying to teach people how to build their technique and build their stamina and their technique and their facility, they don't see the forest through the trees. Like they don't understand what the long-term purpose of this is. They're so like, and they're like, well, how's me do this? And like, well, this dude, you got to keep doing this. It's going to take months and months and months of consistency, but you're going to develop all this technical facility and all this control and all this stamina and all this coordination between your hands. And
the other thing that I think, a lot of people have a tough time with bar chords.
Yes. Oh my God. Everybody, you and me included. I'm sure when we first learned bar chords, I'm sure it was hard. You know what I mean? Yeah. I know for me, I'll speak for me. It was hard when I first learned bar chords.
Remember, I was a kid who grew up playing power chords. And so like I already had the bottom part of the bar chord like handled first.
You and me and all of our generation.
Right. Yeah. So I remember like bar chords coming to bar chords as it's just like a power chord with like a major or a minor tail on it. Kind of,
Yeah, you're not wrong. I mean, it's not that, but the big challenge for a lot of people is just getting that index finger to be flat when you're trying to do like a 6-string group bar chord.
And use the edge of, you use the outside bony edge of your index finger.
Well, and then controlling the second, third, and fourth fingers too, and making sure that I wish this was a visual medium. I'm showing Ryan my hand right now. I'm sure you guys just imagine I have a hand in the air.
Well, hey, you know what? So this is a good time for a plug. So for all of our dedicated listener out there, spread the word, because when we get enough listeners and we can monetize this thing, then we can make improvements by investing money.
I don't know if we can improve it because we pretty much are the greatest podcast that's ever been.
True. Look, our shining personalities will remain intact.
And our freaking rock solid knowledge of rock and roll, not only guitar playing and virtuosic technique, but also a history of rock music. Totally. And pretty much a command of every topic
and our impeccable taste.
Exactly.
And our wisdom, But it's just, if we are able to, upgrade, you'll be able to see how handsome we are.
Even a better way to do it. If you really want to know, just come take private lessons with either Brian or Ryan.
Which you should, yes, absolutely.
That's probably the best thing. Or come find me on True Fire because I got a classroom you can join in that.
Right. So spread the word so that you can, and then you guys can also experience our vast humility.
Exactly, which is the greatest it's ever been. Our humility takes a second place to no one's. Everyone else is human garbage compared to us. That's what I'm trying to say.
So, So make sure to share with your friends, because if we can monetize this thing, we can take that money and we can buy cameras and stuff.
Yeah, probably all kinds of stuff.
Absolutely. Maybe we can.
Who knows? We could buy all kinds of things.
We could get a quiet air conditioner.
That's tradition. No, we got to keep. R2 no matter what happens. No matter what happens. In the future.
We could hire a producer.
Can we hire people just to fan us, just stand off?
Well, we'll have our harems with fans and stuff. Of course.
That's what most podcasts do, right? That's what Rogan does.
We'll change. Well, we would be cooler than that.
Yes, almost instantly. That's true.
Yes.
Okay, the point about the bar chords, though.
So there's the stretching of ligaments and tendons. Here's the part that I think people don't realize is that it's not just about the strength and the stamina.
No, you're right.
It's about changing the potential shape of your hand.
Yep. Yeah, it's so true. It's not, and I tell people this all the time too, especially when they're doing a 6-string root bar chord or something. There's a lot of control you need to develop your second, third, and fourth fingers that you just don't have. You have not developed those muscles yet. So your fingers are going to be really floppy and incoherent and not able to do what you want at first. But you got to keep doing it, and that muscle control will start building in, and you just have to keep practicing to get through that part. It's going to feel impossible at first, but you got to keep going, and then eventually you'll get there. And then eventually, I always tell people you're never going to love bar chords. You're never going to make, oh my God, I'm so grateful every single chord.
Actually, I do love bar chords. I love them.
I would.
They're so useful.
They are incredible.
In all of their very many any voicings.
I gotta go. I'm gonna tell you some of the fun story actually for this week. But no, I agree with you. But I'm not like, oh, I'm so stoked. These are bar chords in this song. It's like, that's fine. It's just another chord. You know, eventually it just becomes just another chord. You don't have to worry about it. Okay,
yeah, I mean, no one chord's better than any other chord. It's all about the context of delivering the song.
F sharp dominant 7 sharp 11 chord is the coolest chord ever.
Yes, it really is actually.
Everyone needs to know that.
Most certainly.
Yeah. So anyway,
I actually just encountered in F. It's F sharp 11 in so you know since again news update everybody, Ozzy Osbourne is still dead.
Breaking news
still
deceased. Yep.
So I've been doing with some students Close My Eyes Forever.
Oh, nice. Lead it forward, Ozzy.
Yeah, and it's got F7 sharp 11 in it, which is fantastic.
It's the limelight. It's one of those rush chords. That's absolutely. And also, was it Another Day by Dream Theater? We watched The Sunrise from Scott Allen Project.
Oh, excellent.
Yeah, that's done there.
Nice.
So, yeah, that's all. I mean, I'm sure that's really the list of all of them. There's Rush, and there's Dream Theater, and there's Scott Allen Project. That's the
See, if there was a Ryan Bow project, there'd be a song like "We Watched the Sun Die."
Oh, yeah,
like
true.
That would be awesome.
Yeah, how about Under the Mexican Moon? That's kind of close, right?
That's good. At least it's the moon.
That's true. I mean,
they're just better than the sun.
It's all good. Anyway, I had this long conversation with a student. I think I've talked to you about this before. I may have mentioned on the podcast before. I have a student I'm teaching all of the American Idiot from Green Day album to.
Good anecdote.
And we're getting ready to do Boulevard of Broken Dreams, and we did this last week. And he's like, okay, well, when do I get my capo? I'm like, I'll tell you when you get your capo. Never.
Yeah, you mentioned that. Yeah, it's great.
We're going to do bar chords for this song, and here's why. And I went through the whole process. Like, if you use a bar chord, then you can play any guitar and play the song. If you use a capo, you can't play without a capo.
Dude, I'll see your Green Day capo, and I'll raise you.
Oh my God, going all in, man, pushing the chips in.
That's right. I'm gonna raise you. I've saved a student from Nirvana.
Oh my God. That is doing the most amazing thing ever.
I know, like, dude. What
happened? Like, what was it? Was it almost? Did he almost fall prey?
Oh my! I heard, dude. Like, I turned, like, I forget what it was we were trying to learn, but like, I swiveled my chair around to my computer screen to like download some sheet music for us or something like that. And while my back was turned,
it's the only way it ever happens. Nirvana always sneaks in when your back.
And you know what? Like since Halloween's right around the corner, I think this would be like a plot for a good horror movie.
Yep.
So like I swiveled my chair around, and while I wasn't looking behind my back, I heard "Come as You Are." Start.
It's almost like you have the bathroom mirror. Like you have the mirror and you open up the and you pull the mirror back, and all of a sudden Kurt Cobain's standing right behind you.
Yeah, dude, that would be fucking terrible.
Oh my God! Talk about a jump scare. Oh my God,
dude. Yeah. I think we gotta. Hey, we could do like our own horror movie. That's a good idea.
We are so. We give Hollywood all these great tips all the time. My God.
Fuck yeah.
We figured out how to fix Star Wars. We figured out the key.
Yeah. Figure out. Especially we fixed Star Wars.
We need more xenomorph murder and all those things.
This would be like Paranormal Activity, like Part 10 or something like that, right?
The horrible,
the Cobain
pop punk, Nirvana alternative band. Yeah.
Or maybe we call it like the Dummining. Right?
Why? So what'd you do? Like, tell me what happened. Yeah.
So I just explained it, and he just started going to like private high school, right? So he showed up in like his high school uniform and shit.
Yep. He wasn't doing that before. That's a new thing.
It's since the start of the school year. It's about that time of year, right? And so I told him, dude, I'm just going to let you know right now, someone's paying a lot of money for you to go to that school so that you can pursue excellence. No more of that Nirvana shit and guitar lessons, dude. You're already way better than that.
Yeah, you're actually right now, after like 10 lessons, are better than Kurt Cobain.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah, it's like, dude, like, I know you're just playing that because you think it's easy.
Yeah.
But that's not why.
And it is. Yeah.
But that's not why we choose to play stuff.
Yeah.
Whether it's easy or hard, we choose because it's good music.
Yeah, I mean, smoking water is easy, but that's also awesome. So
like, yeah, dude, like Nirvana's not like, that's not a role model you want to have. That's not the kind of sound you want to make. You are better than that, dude. I believe in you, man. Yeah, so do not stoop so low. We're going to reach for higher and better things.
Yeah, I feel that way with the Green Day kid, too. I mean, he's a good kid, but it's like, dude, this is like the peak mediocrity. It's like, I taught him freaking Boulevard of Broken Dreams in like 5 minutes, and he's like, he's been playing guitar for a few months. It's like, yeah, this is what I'm saying. You don't achieve anything when you're playing this song. It's like, you're just sort of like, oh, okay.
And to be fair, this kid's grandmother is also my student. I have a good relationship with his family. So like, I mean, I know I've got
you have the freedom to talk freely.
I have the freedom to like, because I've also, so that means I've known him for a while, since before he started taking guitar lessons with me. So we have that relationship where I can just be like, bruh.
Yeah.
But it felt good. It felt good. Like, I'm glad that he was able to, because of our relationship and our prior friendship, I was able to tell him just the truth. You know what I mean?
You're being the light that you want to see in the world. That's what it is.
That's right. You be the change you want to see easy in the world, right?
So people need to understand Nirvana is not okay.
That's
not
right.
Okay.
It's never okay.
No,
right?
it's never okay. It was never okay then. It's not okay now. You know
no, and then we continued learning our bar chords because that is a worthwhile pursuit, right?
It's going to serve you well in so many ways. You know what I mean?
So basically, it was like, dude, don't just reach for the easy thing. You're better than that.
Yep, exactly.
Right? Because the easy thing sucks.
Yeah. I mean,
in this instance,
it's funny. We talked about this before on the podcast, but like the capos and drop D thing, like kind of the hack tools the hacks use so they don't actually learn.
Yes.
And that sucks because those are actually legitimate things that you could do cool things with. Like King's X and Van Halen use drop D to a great effect. You know what I mean?
Sure. And I mean, look, if you're Joni Mitchell and you're in like a strange tuning, and you're singing like Joni Mitchell, like as soon as you can sing like Joni Mitchell, then you get a capo.
But capo to me is like something that is a cool tool if you're looking for a certain voicing or something like that. It shouldn't be something that keeps you from actually learning how to play.
Right. Like, so you should understand what a voicing is.
Yes. Or like, and then what a chord is. Right. It's like, you know what I mean? Like, this is a D. What? It's like, no, you need to understand what the hell you're playing. And that's why bar chords are so valuable, because bar chords are one of those things where like it allows you to play anything in any key you want. It doesn't matter. You're like, all you have to know is your bar chord shapes and your notes of the neck. Once you know those two things, and you're good to go. You can play any song anywhere in any key.
Yeah, the ease of transposing is one of the many reasons that guitar is scientifically proven to be the greatest musical instrument.
All the peer-reviewed studies I've looked at tell you that.
It's the same here, absolutely. I've done my own peer review studies, right?
I mean, you and I are peers.
And you studied it, and it's reviewed. So
there you go.
I hereby, you guys heard it here first.
Exactly. This is like being printed in a scientific journal. It's like
it's even better.
It's the equivalent of that. You know what I mean?
Right, absolutely. The equivalent or the superior.
But if you look at like Van Halen and Rat, like comes to bar chords, and Van Winger too. If you look at 17 from Winger.
Oh man, you just said like Van Winger, and it's like, man, Winger, that would have been so cool. What a collaboration!
Winger, Rat, like look at like all the songs that Warren does, like Lay It Down. And
wouldn't it have been great if like Van Halen and like Eddie Van Halen collaborated with Winger for like one album, Van Winger?
Be so great. I mean,
that would have been fucking great.
Those ships missed each other. But if you think about what the power of the bar chord is, though, you look at like Lay It Down from Rat or 17 by Winger, or like freaking Panama or Unchained from Van Halen. You know what I mean? There's like all those great suspensions you can do and stuff. Yeah. It's just got so much to it that you can do. Lay It Down is like one of the greatest examples of that.
Having been, and this may come from like my high school experience being suspended so often, but man, I love suspensions.
Yeah, suspensions are the best.
They are the best, absolutely. Like they don't want to waste time at school.
But are you a sus 4 or sus 2 guy?
I'm a sus sharp 4 guy.
Oh, really?
When you can pull it off. That's the most Warren D. Martini, J.K. Lee suspended chord.
That makes sense. I can see it.
The clever use of the sus sharp 4.
That's so cool.
It's so cool.
I don't know, man. I always
tensiony as fuck.
I lean towards seconds. I love sound of seconds. They're so good.
Yeah,
but, I mean,
that's good. And that hey, there's an A sus 4 and an A sus 2 in Close My Eyes Forever on the way to A minor.
Well, sus 2 is all over Rush too, man. Just know all the Rush tunes. There's tons of sus 2 in that.
Well, because the 2 is the 9, so you're kind of quoting the 9th chord.
Yep. And then if you look at the sus 4, that's like so much Van Halen and Rad. They got the sus 4 going on, and God, Tom Petty, if you want to get even down to it,
And the sus sharp 4 is like your sharp 11.
Yep.
So
exactly.
Back to Rush.
Yeah, kind of implying Lydian mode a little bit.
I know, I love it.
Cool. But I mean, the point though that bar chord, if you're doing like an A string root major bar chord where your third finger is laying flat, that's another physical thing on the guitar that everyone tends to struggle with.
Yeah, the backwards bending third fingertip. Yeah. I don't know if a lot of people don't realize, you don't do the splits on day 1 of gymnastics.
No. It's day 4, I think. That's what you do.
Exactly. It's day 4. You have to fall off the balance beam a couple times.
Yep. That's just what you do.
And after a couple of concussions, then you'll be able to compartmentalize away the pain.
You won't even know where you are anymore. Like, what's happening? No. But that third finger thing is funny. After teaching millions of students this thing, and it's not something, and I'm not, actually, it's chicken and the egg scenario. I don't know, did I learn to do that from playing guitar for many, many years, or was that my finger always able to do that?
Yeah.
And sometimes when you see people where their fingers are kind of bent the other way, and I never give up on it. I know, okay, we can sit and work on this. We're going to teach our finger how to do this thing. But I don't know, what's your experience with that? Do you feel like is it the chicken or the egg? Do we always have the ability to do that, or do we develop the ability to do that?
I think we develop the ability. I think for people, I just don't think that they understand that part of the experience of learning to play guitar is going to be stretching your ligaments and tendons into new shapes
and using muscles that you've never developed in your fingers.
Yeah,
you
right.
Don't have any control for these muscles. Like when you're trying to fret like even a minor bar chord, like an E string minor bar chord with your third and fourth fingers, that the bend you have to do with the fingers to get those out of the way so they're not muting the strings underneath them.
Right.
It's something your fingers don't intuitively know how to do. You have to build that muscle control, build that muscle memory.
Yeah, like when people's like first knuckle bends backwards when it should be just arched fingers, like the claw, right?
Oh yeah. Or it's worse when someone's doing the bar chord and like they have the like almost like a concave sort of first finger, and so all the open strings are ringing and stuff. And you gotta learn to flatten that finger out. And
if you roll your finger on the outside, then it's going to be bonier, and that works better as like a bar, right? Yep. Oh, here's a fun aside. Here's why I wish we had a video, dude. Check out the awesome burn on my index finger.
Sweet, dude. Was that for some kind of satanic ritual?
Yes, I was branding, like, this is just one line in the pentagram that I was forming as I was
on your goat skull. Right?
As I was air frying my falafel yesterday.
Oh, good job, good choice, man.
Dude, I was air frying falafel for Lord Satan.
Everybody out there, if you haven't been getting into like Eastern Mediterranean cuisine and Turkish and it's so Greek, especially. I mean, I got
dude. I need to find a place though where I can get like tzatziki sauce.
Oh yeah, I make that. Dude, I make that. I make homemade.
Dude. Okay, I need your. Well, first of all, I need you to make me some, please. But then I also need a recipe.
Okay, it's not, dude. There's no recipe. This is like a feel thing. You just have to figure out exact mix of Greek yogurt, cucumber, salt, and garlic. You have to figure out the right.
Yeah, isn't there also like some dill involved?
Not in the tzatziki I've had before.
Oh, okay. So it's the cucumber.
Cucumber is the main thing. The cucumber is like it's cucumber and yogurt basically, and garlic. That's like the main components.
Yeah, awesome. Well, I need a good tzatziki sauce because I can't find it anywhere.
Make mine super duper super garlicky. That's the thing I have to say.
Dude, the more pungent the better, man.
Hell
like,
yeah.
I'm all about the garlic.
That's what
Hell
I'd
yeah.
say. Damn right. More pungent the better.
Dude, more absolutely.
Yeah.
Like, dude, I love stinky stuff, man. Like
garlic,
sauerkraut,
dude,
garlic.
The best. Who the hell doesn't like garlic?
Garlic is the best.
Yeah, if you don't like garlic, people, I
wouldn't like trust anybody who doesn't like garlic because you might be a vampire.
Like a character flaw. Yeah, it could be. Didn't think maybe you are
could
one
be
of
a
the
bloodsucker. You
maybe
could be one of which believe me, I think is rad. Just because I don't trust you doesn't mean I don't think you're awesome.
Yeah, I also don't want you around.
It's like we won't be doing any financial transactions.
Yes, exactly. Perfect.
Unless you're looking for like victims and you're willing to pay me a lot of money. So just throwing that out there.
Okay, so I'm glad to know that your moral flexibility includes like
absolutely. Hey, you know what? Vampires deserve to eat too.
They're going to eat, man.
Right.
They're going to watch them cook.
Yeah. I'd rather be on their side.
Would you? I don't know. I'd rather be like, I'll go down fighting against the Horde. Just seems like the thing.
No, but dude, if you've got the Horde on your side, I could be like, on my side, Horde.
I don't want to kill other humans. I want to just be cool. That's
I'd like to just have like a vampire like on retainer in case I need to like use one.
like an attorney.
Yeah, right.
Hey, Vlad, I just got in a car crash. Can you do anything about that?
Yeah, like Vlad, this person like is an asshole, man. Like they just.
Vlad was our old PR person now.
I know. Be like, okay, so Mr. the Impaler, so my Tesla Sentry Cam caught video of this person putting a ding in my door.
Yep.
I do need you to murder them by draining all of the blood out of their body.
Thanks for listening to the Rock Guitar Confidential Podcast with Ryan and Scott. Please make sure to rate, review, and subscribe to this podcast. Now back to the show.
Please.
That makes sense.
Just think about all the other victims I've brought you over the years.
Seems reasonable. You know what I mean?
Right. I mean, you should be able to, the sun's going down here. Well, so now that, like, it's not the crappy time of year, the sun will be down right after work. Yep. So, like, I just have them, like, fly right into the parking lot.
Yep. And then are you bringing the victims to him, or do you have to tell him, like, where this is where the victim is?
Well, we might need to go on a hunt.
GPS sort of thing.
I mean, a vampire probably is kind of like a bloodhound, right? I could probably just show them, like, the video, and they could, like, tap into the essence of whoever the asshole was. And
wow, that's good stuff right there. I've never seen that in any kind of vampire media. That might be, dude, you're onto something.
Dude, we're onto some good ideas today.
Like techno vampires who can like do that, just like pull.
Ooh, yeah, that'd be techno cool. Vamp.
Yep, that actually sounds like an awesome like band.
Yeah,
this is great. Yeah.
Welcome to Sprockets.
Yeah, so
yeah, that'd be fucking great.
No.
Anyway,
but you know what else is really great? This is. I'll tell you this. This is something that I find is really challenging for people too. Is alternate picking. That's another physical ability that people struggle with.
Yeah, that's weird. And I think a lot of this is falling under the category of, so like one of my students also just took on a student.
Oh, wow.
And asked me for some advice. And I just said, dude,
just do what I do, man.
Right. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Like, you just have to understand, like, you've been playing guitar long enough now to where you don't remember what it's like
to start
to not know how to play guitar. So
I always give people like grace period, like especially when it comes to like doing things like scale sequencing or something like that. And I always tell them like, look, what we want is strict alternate picking. That's what we want. But that being said, right now your brain can't think of both. It's almost like having only so much RAM in your computer. You can't like have all of those things happening at the same time. So focus on your left hand and getting it down first. Do that until you feel like it's there. Once that RAM is freed up, then send a little bit of that over in your picking hand. Make sure that's good. Do that for about 2 months.
I like how you're like, look, your brain just can't handle this right now.
Not necessarily. You can't do both. So get the left first, and then focus on the right. And then what's going to happen is give yourself 2 months of really focusing on the picking. And then
frankly, your brain's not developed to the point where it can do this.
Yeah, well, that's even harder. We're talking to someone who's like in their 50s or 60s. It's like, okay, you're not ready for this. But that being said, I always tell them that you want to develop it to the point, and this is all about just putting in the hours. There's not really any other way to do it.
Right.
It's just putting the hours in, and then what will happen is your picking technique will become automatic. You want it to be like a program running in the background of your PC, like where you're not even aware it's happening. Like your muting and picking technique should be just happening. It should just be part of how
McAfee picking antivirus.
Exactly. So you're wondering why the internet keeps crashing? It's because of the freaking computer program running in the background. You need your picking to become like that.
Yes,
so you don't
exactly.
think about it. And then
that's a good analogy. Yeah,
absolutely. And then, but that takes so much reps, and I think that sometimes it's very easy to get this hard. And I hear a lot, I can't do this, or I can't. I always tell them you can, it's just you're not yet. You got to just keep doing it. You know what I mean? It's just how it is. I think the biggest challenge when it comes to overcoming physical obstacles, when it comes to learning technique, or even things like chords and stuff like that, is just not giving up. Just realizing that I'm not, having that sort of like, I'm going to do this. I don't care what it takes.
Through, yes.
Yeah, and that you got to do that because otherwise you're going to fail because it's going to feel impossible for a long time. But you have to just keep at it. You know what I mean? And I think you and I have the same thing. When we first learned, like there was nothing that was going to stop us.
No, nothing.
I was going to get that shit down. I don't care how long. I'll do 1,000 times if I have to get that thing down.
Right, like your life depended on it.
Yeah, exactly. Because the greatest thing I could do with my life, period, was play electric guitar.
Agreed. Same.
You know what I mean? So it's one of those things like that's the only thing that matters. Everything else, math, whatever, school.
Right.
That was not the important part. That being said. School's important, people. Come on, kids. Stay in school.
Especially if school means guitar lessons with either Scott or myself.
Yes, you need to just make enough money to afford the lesson tuition, and then that's fine.
Right, yes, exactly. Yes.
Same with employment.
Top priority.
Yeah. Employment's only important in so much as it doesn't get in the way of your guitar playing.
That's right.
That's it.
I've, all of my students, they know, especially like the high schoolers, right? Like their teachers, they can give my phone number to any of their teachers. And I will explain, look, young Bobby cannot be assigned an essay this weekend.
Yep.
He's got guitar to practice. We're working on bar chords.
Yep. This is way more important. Like, what's he going to do?
Stop giving him math homework. What the fuck?
What's he going to do with your freaking, bibliography for this stupid thing? No, this is way more important, dude.
You and I both know he's not going to college. So.
Or if he is, he's going to go there and get like an art history degree or something.
Right. No joke. Yeah,
like,
yeah. He's going to get a liberal arts degree. So
modern interpretive dance.
Right.
Which, by the way, is awesome. I
agree.
I think that is
awesome,
but it's just literally unemployable. But it's awesome. I think it's so great. My God. But no, anyway, I think that stick to itness is something that you gotta, and that's hard. I mean, if you don't come at guitar with like the same kind of fire and ferocity that you and I, and then most of the guitar players who we know are professional musicians that have that, like, oh my God, this is my thing. I'm going to freaking do whatever it takes to do this.
Right.
If you're coming with something less than that, I can see how it could seem disheartening. I totally understand where they're coming from when they say this is hard, and I say, well, you just got to do it, man. You got to push through. And that there's no two ways about it.
That's right.
And then the other thing that's important about practicing and working on things like technical facilities, the thing we talked about right at the beginning, which is stamina. Like having the stamina to sit and do those things, like playing a freaking hour and a half show or hour show.
That takes stamina
for sure. By the end, my hands, I play guitar like 9-10 hours a day every single day, and have for almost 40 years. Oh my God.
Dude, but dude, at the end of like, if you're on like the back half of like the third set of a 3-hour gig,
dude, like when I'm at the end of the set, like Scott Allen Project set, when I'm doing that stuff, I mean, it's like one of those things, right? Because I'm playing technical shit. I'm not only that, but I'm on stage and I'm freaking putting it out,
right?
And I'm like really going for it, and my fingers are torn up, and I'm like, how is this possible? I only played for freaking an hour.
Yeah,
like, how am I? Like, I played 9 hours yesterday.
And you gotta stay hydrated too. Like I've done gigs where like you're on like the back half of like hour 3, and like you get a cramp.
Yep. Your hands start getting tight. Bar chords especially, like you do something. Yeah. I remember when I was playing, doing the 2-man acoustic thing with my old singer Rob. I remember we'd be doing like Crash Into Me by Dave Matthews Band or something.
Oh,
which
sorry.
is like I love Dave Matthews Band. I'm a fan.
I think his band is great, and Dave Matthews and Dave Matthews is, for as far as I know, is a sterling human being.
Great musician too.
Man, I just wish he would never ever sing. Ever. No. God, why did we accept that type of singing culturally? Why?
Okay, I like the imagine.
Why did we decide that just sounding like a fucking weirdo is acceptable? I don't understand.
Like set number 2, doing it was an acoustic thing. It was me and the singer. We would do a 2-man acoustic thing, kind of like Dave Matthews and Tim Reynolds kind of thing. And I remember like we would have Crash Into Me going into Every Breath You Take. And that was a hard part of the set because you'd have to sit there. The Crash Into Me, you're literally holding the bottom part of a C sharp minor 7 chord the whole time, doing these different inversions over the top.
Dude, that'd be perfect if I could like so my car goes into Sentry mode now, where like the camera starts recording if you like walk up close to it. It'd be cool if it also started playing Every Breath You Take.
Oh yeah, I'm watching.
I'll be watching you, right? Yeah, totally. So people know that they're being recorded when they get close to my car.
Well, that's awesome. That's very RoboCop, actually.
Yeah. Please drop the weapon. You have 30 seconds to comply.
That's the greatest thing ever.
Fuck yeah, dude.
Wait, like, even for me, a guy who's been playing professionally, this was like 20 years ago, but I was younger then. I was like in my freaking 20s at this point.
Wait, whoa, you were younger 20 years ago?
What?
Fuck, what?
By the way, did you know that John Bon Jovi's aged? I had one of my students point this out to me.
Shocking.
He's really gotten older. I'm like, yeah, you don't say.
Imagine that.
You mean that time has passed and somehow it has shown up as age on him.
No.
It's like, I didn't know. I thought John Bon Jovi still looked exactly the same as he did in the freaking Living on a Prayer video. I thought that's exactly what he still did.
There is that, have you seen that Saturday Night Live skit with Amy Poehler where she's herself as a teen? I encourage everyone to look this up.
I love Amy Poehler. She's awesome.
So, she is awesome. Yeah. Yeah, dude. I think I finally realized like my favorite thing about watching Parks and Recs is that it's just a time capsule of a better time.
Oh, okay. Which it's like what 2015? It's not that long ago. I mean,
no, it wasn't 2015. It was like 2010 to 20. I think to like 2014 or 15. So no, like maybe 2014.
I think it was 2015.
But like most of it was like 2010, 2011, 2012. It was a better time.
That's a great show, man. I love that show.
Yeah.
I actually only recently discovered that like maybe 2 years ago. Because I'd heard about it. I'm like, I'm not gonna.
Speaking of podcasts, now that my car is a rolling computer and I can just
Good Hang,
and I can just listen to what?
Good Hang with Amy Poehler. Have you heard that?
Oh yeah, she does have a podcast, huh? Yeah.
Really
She's had Aubrey Plaza on there.
Yeah,
you know?
Really good interview, actually.
Talking about the unfortunate suicide of her husband.
Yeah.
So
I was actually shocked. I was watching that. It was very compelling that she was willing to go there, and talk about that.
That's cool.
That was crazy, and it was real. She didn't like to try and BS around it, and she went there. I was like, wow, that's really brave of her to sit there and be able to
totally.
What a safe space that Amy must be making such a safe space there that I feel like she can do it. So
absolutely, and I wholeheartedly.
She seems like a really good human.
I wholeheartedly agree, man. So Bill Maher's podcast, Club Random, he has. I just listened to an episode with Chris Pratt on it.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, it was a good interview too. So anyway, but I digress. But so there's the Saturday Night Live skit where John Bon Jovi, like he puts on the whole slippery when wet like stage gear and stuff.
Yeah.
And so like it's framed where like there's
this is like recent though. That's like him old John Bon Jovi.
Well, I mean probably like 10 years ago is about right. Whenever Amy Poehler was a regular cast member.
Oh, okay. So she was on
so like 15 years ago actually.
So this predates Parks and Rec. Yeah.
It must, right? And so so there's like she closes her door, so she's like daydreaming about John Bon Jovi and stuff as like she's supposed to be teenage Amy Poehler.
Yeah.
And then you can see the door, the life-sized Bon Jovi poster, like on the back of her door. It comes to life, and there's John Bon Jovi. It's fucking hilarious. But like, you can see how she breaks character because she's like so stoked in that moment. She's like, it finally happened. It finally, she finally made it because there she is with actual John Bon Jovi.
Yeah.
Anyway, it's really cool. I recommend everybody check it out.
Yeah.
But yes, he's aged.
Yes, I didn't know that. You realize that every time the year goes by, that you get older.
Holy shit! That means I've aged.
No, we didn't age. We're the same.
Fuck.
We have that deal with the devil.
I mean, I've been very immature for my age.
You have the picture in your attic. That's what keeps you young. You know what I mean?
Yes, that's true. Like Fatal Portrait, like King Diamond's first album.
I was thinking more of the portrait of Dorian Gray, but that's this case
Fatal Portrait.
The portrait of Rainbow. You know what I mean? It's
I mean, he basically stole the plot.
Yeah, exactly.
For the first King Diamond.
No. King Diamond original. That was original.
Yeah, it's fine. King Diamond can do no wrong. He can. Well, dude, it's not. Like nothing Disney does is fucking original. They just like steal IPs that are in the public domain, like Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs and Beauty and the Beast and Pinocchio. Like all stuff that should
Lion
be.
King, that's original, right? Lion King was original.
Fuck. Who cares about the Lion King? Stupid ass shit.
All right, fine.
Fucking. Although you know what, Disney has not ruined Alien Earth.
Okay, have you been watching?
There's another episode premiering tonight.
How many episodes are in the season? Like,
I think it's gonna be like an 8-episode season. So we're lined up. It's episode 7 tonight.
Yep, I've been catching little bits and like, clips and stuff here and there.
Dude, just watch it.
No, I know. It's football season, dude. So it's like
it's so much better than football.
If I have only so much time, I'm gonna watch the Raiders and the Niners play, and so it's
bruh.
Well, come on, I gotta keep up with the Giants too. We only have like freaking 15 games left for the season because we're not gonna freaking make the playoffs. So it's like, thanks for all your support, Ryan. Appreciate that, man.
Man, I don't know, man. I'm having the same.
I'm in the sport, and I'm getting ready to trade off from Giant season to the horrible King season.
Okay, dude. For basketball, I'm with you totally.
Okay, that's the trade-off though. I'm with the Giants all through the summer, and then I'll get excited for the 49ers, and then like that leads right into the Kings. So it's me Kings and Niners for the fall.
Shit, I had a student this last week who was telling me about her art class, that like art appreciation class, and I asked her like, well, because you have to write about these pieces of art, right? And I asked what if you just don't appreciate the piece of art at all?
Yeah, what's the piece of garbage? It's awful.
Right?
Yeah.
She's like, yeah, you know what? They just had me do one that I totally don't like and don't appreciate. It's called Broadway Bebop.
Oh wow!
And I said the only way that could be more boring is if it were called Broadway Golf. Because then it would be that would be like 2 out of like my 4 or 5 least favorite fucking
Wait, are you
things.
saying Broadway is the most boring thing possible?
The only thing more boring is golf.
I gotta tell you, there's something about the show tune thing that just ugs me out. I don't know what it is. Like whenever like jazz hands are involved, I can't handle it. It just weirds me out. Like,
Which is so strange because I mean, like, dude, King Diamond, right? There's characters, there's a stage show, there's a plot.
It's married to great music, you know what I mean?
Right. It's not married to fun. This is why I like to have Judith back on the program.
Yeah,
so
she probably would
about Broadway.
She would absolutely put us in our place for that one. I'm sure.
Yeah, we're gonna have to. We're gonna have to. That'll happen in the future.
X-Aegis. If you guys you can listen to our work on the X-Aegis debut album, and you can find out more about all of us at xaegisband.com.
Which we're gonna recite that URL again later.
Exactly. Just but you can start checking it out now as you listen.
That's right.
You can totally multitask, and that's gonna be a great thing for you to do. But no, okay. Now that ties into something that we were just talking about, like giving like my fingers are so much more tired after a show than they would be if I practiced for 3 hours, right? So if I do like an hour set, it's way more of that, and I think that's another aspect of physicality of playing too, is the physical fitness aspect of it. Like you have to jump
off the drum riser. You've got to, like clamber around on the rafters like a monkey and
that
stuff.
takes practice too, like being on stage and learning how to, especially if you're a guitar player and you're dealing with like pedals and turning channels on and off.
Which I'm not, but that's okay.
I do, and
I have to change channels, so there's foot switches.
It's like a wah-wah pedal, and I'm putting delay on. I'll throw in an MXR phaser sometimes. And
dude, you might have to like punch someone in the front row.
No, that's not happening. Everyone's too busy, like their arms folded, waiting for me to wow them. That's what they're gonna do. But
and their jaws are all open anyway, so you would definitely break their jaw. Right.
But I mean, there's a physical aspect. It was funny. I was saying this the other day. Like I work out like almost every day, and I'll do cardio, do the whole thing. But like stage is different. It's almost like it's just like the same with practicing. Like I'll sit and practice for freaking 2 hours one day, and then play for like another 7 or 8 hours. But on stage, like it's a different level, and the same with the physical fitness thing. Like you can go lift weights and do running and cardio and elliptical and stuff. But I feel like sometimes coming off stage, my legs are more worn out than if I just run like 4 miles.
And again, you got to stay hydrated, man. Like those finger cramps happen when you haven't had enough water. Yep. And that's why you don't drink when you play a gig.
Nope. Well, that, and also you want to be sharp, and actually
that as well. But you also don't want the alcohol to dehydrate you, so that you end up with finger cramps on hour 3.
Yeah, exactly. And then the cool thing is you can get very King Diamond thing, which is have the little IV on stage with you. It's just plugged right in your arm.
Oh yeah,
that's pretty King Diamond right there, man.
Hell yeah, totally, dude. I wonder if that new album's ever going to come back.
Oh, that'd be awesome, dude. It'd be great.
Oh man, I hope like when I'm like dying and I go to the hospital, I hope I get a satanic nurse.
Oh, awesome, dude. Yeah, of course. I mean,
can you like request that? Because don't they ask you if you have any like faith or whatever?
Well, make sure they take you to St. Lucis first. That's the key.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, that's the key.
Or like in South Park, they've got Hell's Pass Hospital. I could go for that.
All right, I'm with you, man.
Hell's Pass or St. Lucifer's. That's right.
I just want to be like in the Scottish Highlands, and then when I finally die,
Scottish Highlands.
Exactly, my Highlands.
Of course you would. The U-ish Highlands.
And then stick me on a raft and throw me in the middle of a lock, and then shoot an arrow and let me burn on them. That's kind of dude.
I'd total funeral pyre.
Yeah, and then have like a sword with like Allen on the bottom, like somewhere that's like
right.
Lads, he was a good man, that kind of thing.
Yes. and then they like smash a bottle of mead on the statue of you.
Yeah, exactly.
That overlooks the fjord.
Exactly. That's now called Scott Fjord.
Right? Why not? Fjord Allen.
Exactly.
Yes.
Actually, technically, Allen's is an English name, so I'm sure they wouldn't roll with that. I have to go dig deeper.
Okay, so maybe you could be like Fjord McAllen.
I got to figure out like my Scottish family name is not Allens. I know that's coming. Yeah, sorry. I'm not gonna lay all my cards on the table for you people.
Or like Scott O'Allen.
Yeah. Oh no, that's the Irish part of me too. It's just fine.
Okay, so Scott McAllen.
McAllen. I like that. It's good. It's good. But
Scott McAllenster.
Sounds like a Game of Thrones character that didn't make the cut.
It almost sounds like Lemmy Kilmister.
Nah, that's what a name, dude. Oh my god.
Scott McAllenster.
Wait. What's what's his full name? Do you know? Because I doubt it's just Lemmy, right? That's got to be.
Oh well, it's no. His name wasn't actually Lemmy. It's because he. Like, I guess
like
when he was,
or something?
No, I think I know the story. Okay, I'm going to do my best here, and if you guys all fact check me.
People are literally on Google like ready to get you right now.
Right, totally.
Ryan's going to fumble this one.
Shit, man. So I think Lemmy's name, it was a nickname because he used to waste all of his money at like the slot machines at the liquor store, wherever you grew. I guess you could do that, right?
I thought he was wasting his money on Jack and Coke. That was
well later in life, and so he was always asking his friends at school to let me borrow another Oh,
that's where it came from. Oh my god!
So that's where Lemmy comes from. He's
that's crazy.
Hey, let me borrow another quarter, mate, or whatever, a pound or a sterling.
Mustard, got a few
quid.
Gonna go spend it at the slot machine.
Hello, Mrs. McGonagall's. Need some more quid.
People in the UK listening to this,
mate.
We're just two California dudes doing our best.
Right, I know.
It's like the Scottish accent, I don't really do a great job of that sometimes, but do the best you can,
Yeah. So another funny anecdote. So I had a student. He sent this funny meme video about California Man.
California Man,
like the most California man, led police on a low speed street chase in his Tesla. So he thought of me and him, and I was like, dude, it's your next lesson. I got a song for you. And so we started learning California Man by Cheap Trick.
Oh, that's cool.
That's a great song.
That is, dude.
What a great example of taking 12-bar blues and then spicing it up with a cool arrangement and making it way better. I feel the same way about
Roadhouse Blues from the Doors too. That's another tune that's essentially like a blues vibe, but it's cooler. They make it cooler than just a blues. You know what I mean?
But the cheap. The Cheap Trick version is superior because it's got Rick Nielsen and not Robbie Krieger playing guitar.
Sure, and Robin Zander on vocals too.
Yes, and Robin Zander on vocals. No
disrespect to Jim Morrison,
Jim Morrison was great, but Robbie Krieger was and is a terrible guitar player.
Yeah,
he's really bad at guitar.
Yeah, I don't. There's no ballsiness to that either, which kind of always bummed me out.
He's like a neener lick guy.
Oh no,
no,
he's gonna get a cease and desist from Carlos. Man, Carlos is gonna be all over that. Like, hey, you don't do that. This is my territory.
You know what? Carlos's tone is better.
Yeah, I agree with that.
So it's like bad tone and neener lick. You've got Robbie Krieger.
I think that
it was all about Ray Manzarek, and when your band is all about the singer and the keyboard player.
Organ, yeah. Well, the thing about being Deep Purple, man, you look at how much of that is all about. John Lord was such a badass, dude.
Agreed, but it's John Lord and Richie Blackmore, assembling
those
Voltron
riffs, freaking those. He's playing the fifths on the organ, and it's just so.
Yeah, I agree. It's
so
through a distorted, an overdriven Marshall amp. It's godlike.
Like a B3, just bam, 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 bam.
Right? I'm thinking Highway Star, right?
Dude, I'm thinking all Perfect Strangers. You listen to Bean and riff that song.
Oh, absolutely.
I mean, that's just freaking so badass. I mean, I'm just so enamored of John Lord's keyboard playing. It's just that's how you do it. That's one of the reasons when Derek was playing on my stuff, he did a lot of that stuff, a lot of B3. He's got a lot of. He's like if Yngwie and John Lord had a baby, it'd be Derek Shrinian. That's kind of what it reminds me of. You know what I mean?
Have you told Derek that?
I probably have. I'm sure. But he knows. He knows what a badass he is. It's so crazy. But it's one of those things where it's like. It just takes a guitar riff and takes it to another level, and you have that badass fifths or octaves and the B3 down low, and then it's just so killer, man.
Dude, fuck yeah,
it's the best. So, but all that takes is lots of practicing and lots of not giving up because your technical facilities.
Yes, and stretching those fingers and tendons, right? So now on the flip side of things, though, there are some stretches that guys like Rusty Cooley, who's been on our program,
yep, great guy,
and Paul Gilbert. I mean, there are some stretches in some positions.
You mean it's because of the physical advantage of their hand being so big? Yeah.
I mean, there is some stuff in Rusty Cooley's arpeggio Madness, which is
great, and everyone should check out.
Yep, you shall go by.
Yep.
There's some stuff at the end, and I mean, look, it's as advertised. It's Arpeggio Madness.
Yep.
There's some stuff in the end of the book that, I mean, dude, my fingers are just not long enough to play as intended. I could tap it out using
you have this hand.
Where there's a will, there's a way. But there is some stuff that I just cannot physically play with my fretting hand the way it's originally written, and that's okay because then it forces you to innovate.
Yep. That reminds me of like the Jake E. Lee thing with the thumb. Like he played the bit, he fingered like a chord with his thumb and used his other hands. You ever seen the live Jake?
Yeah,
yeah.
Well, I mean, so like it's like the way you play some of the chords in like there's like a root minor 7 chord in Bark at the Moon that you could easily just play by skipping the string, and then you're on the same fret. But Jake plays it on the adjacent string, so you've got to move down like 7 frets to get the same pitch.
But the live solo thing he did, I saw an interview. He was talking about where that came from, like using the thumb over the fretboard.
Ooh, I'm curious.
And apparently it came from him and Warren, just being guitar players together and like trying to one up each other. And Warren's got the advantage; he's got much bigger hands and longer fingers than Jake. So he's doing this big stretch. Which, of course, if you play any of Warren's stuff, he's got giant stretches. Even on
dude, he's Mr. like A string root sus sharp 4 guy.
Yeah,
too.
Exactly. Yeah,
Which so is Jake.
Yeah, but Jake, his fingers aren't as long, so I guess he was playing some lead thing. Warren was, and Jake's like, "Holy shit, I can't do that!" So he put his thumb over the top and started doing it. And then Warren's like, "Dude, that's awesome. You should totally do that."
Dude, so Jake went and watched Over the Top with Sylvester Stallone. Yes. He was like, "The thumb is
so
the answer."
Inspired. You know what I mean? It's like, oh my god.
So he just moved his thumb, and that was the key to success.
Like in all things in the 1980s, Stallone had it right.
Of course, that doesn't take into it. I mean, that was '86, and so this happened way before that. But
no, the live solo, I think it was on the Ultimate Sin tour. Said that he was doing the thumb over the top thing. That's fucking incredible. Have you ever seen that thing?
That would have been like the Killer of Giants like feature solo. Right?
Yeah, exactly. Like he was playing the blue, or I think this is Purple Charvel, whatever. It's just I was blown away. I'm like, even me now watching that, I can't imagine if I was like 12 watching that. I would have been freaking, my mind would have just been melted. Like,
dude, if my parents had cable TV, I would have been watching that.
Oh man. Well, thankfully we had this thing called the internet and everything.
Right, and so now it's all available.
It's a compendium of all human everything that's ever happened. You know what I mean?
I may have mentioned this in a previous episode, but there's like a whole 1989 Ozzy Osbourne live concert.
Yeah.
Just the whole thing's on YouTube.
Yeah, exactly. Well, do all the Ozzy stuff, all the Jake Ozzy stuff is all in there. Like, and you can find little bits and bobs of Randy's stuff. I mean, just what's available.
Yeah,
like a rehearsal or something that they did.
There's a sound check with Randy that's really interesting. I mean, Randy.
Oh yeah, I know. Like it was like the one camera and stuff. Yeah. That's pretty cool.
But there's a bunch of pro shot stuff out there. Sharon, release it, Sharon.
At some point, there's money involved, so she's gonna.
Or you know what? Like Jack Osbourne, please just release the Randy stuff when your mom dies, please.
Yes, I have a feeling that if that's going to happen, it's going to be after Sharon's gone. Or unless there's some freaking giant thing that comes out and they'll pay her millions and millions of dollars.
I think Jack Osbourne will do it.
Yeah, I think so. Especially he's going to. I think the same with Wolfgang, with Van Halen stuff. I'm sure that Wolfgang's going to at some point, go and look at the archive. Like, that's a gold mine. You have all those freaking unrecorded and unreleased things that Eddie was doing.
Yeah, I mean, I know there's a bunch of like recordings that Wolfgang won't release, and I appreciate it because it's unfinished. But if there's like some pro shot live, like,
well, no, I'm talking about like the recordings, like all the demos and stuff. There's apparently like a whole bunch of there's a whole nother record they were going to do with Gary Cherone. They recorded all the demos and stuff, and they never did anything with it.
Fuck, that'd be nice.
I'm just saying, there's stuff like that. There's like untold many dozens of songs that he was like basically had completely demoed that never got finished and stuff. So
I mean, look, I'd be down to hear it. I mean, like as a guitar player, it would be insightful, right? But I can understand. It's like I don't want anyone to hear me practice.
Yeah, but I mean,
I wouldn't want like everybody hearing like my demos that I share with you, because I allow myself room to fuck up.
Yeah,
right.
It's not for release.
I have to maintain the illusion that I'm like elite.
Yeah, no, it's not an illusion, my friend. But if you look at the Hendrix thing and Stevie Ray Vaughan, it's the same sort of thing. Everything that they've ever recorded, anything that's a live show that's recorded, anything that's like a demo that wasn't released, that's gonna see the light of day at some point. Same with Ozzy, like all the live footage, all this stuff, it's gonna be out. It's gonna happen. You know what I mean? And
well, that would be nice.
Yeah, that would
be nice.
It will. I have all the faith in the world that's gonna happen. You know what I mean? So, long story short, if I like wrap up our thoughts
long finger story short.
Yeah, well, even short fingers are still worthwhile. Is you just gotta don't give up. You got to keep going. Like your hand, if you feel like your hand's too small, or you feel like you can't
just go listen to some Django Reinhardt.
Yeah, exactly. Think about the things that like Django Reinhardt had to overcome, and so many other people who they would not be stopped. Like,
Rob Rock had a guitar player who had like a certain like congenital birth defect that made his arms very short.
Rob Rock plays with Impellitteri, right?
Yes, singer for Impellitteri. Yeah, and I forget the guitar player's name. I'll have to look it up.
But talk about not giving up, man. Like,
that guy's awesome, dude. And he just he just wears the guitar up high so he can reach it, and like he found a way to shred, dude. And like Rob Rock's a national performer, a national act. You know, so the dude's done like tours and in a highly technical genre of rock music.
I mean, if you think about like a guy like Jason Becker too, who literally can't physically play anymore, but still composes music. He's still, his brain is still there.
Well,
it's like,
sure.
Talk about not being deterred. You know what I mean? Like you want to say like okay, talk about overcoming unimaginable odds. Like,
yeah, damn straight.
So it's not to guilt you guys if you're feeling like practice is hard, but like, you know, if you really want it, it's going to happen.
Yeah, just stick with it.
There's nothing you can. No one can stop. This is going to sound so Tony Robbins. No one can stop you but you.
That's right. I mean, dude, no one is doomed to be a Cobain.
That's true. No one should ever have to have that happen.
No.
In fact, no one should have ever had that happen.
If you're listening to this podcast, like, you're already better than that.
Yep, exactly.
And you know, even if you've never played guitar, you're better than that in your heart.
Yeah, exactly. And then we'll give yourself 3 weeks of lessons. You'll be better than that, literally too.
And you probably and you probably smell better because you probably showered more.
Almost
recently.
certainly. Yes,
definitely.
I think I feel like safe to say that that's true.
Yeah.
I agree with that.
So like you're just a better person.
Yep, exactly.
Yeah.
Totally. I mean, all things you're saying are totally right. I agree with that 1,000%.
Without a doubt.
On that happy note, thank you guys for listening to the Rock Guitar Confidential Podcast with Brian and Scott. Please make sure to check out our website, which is
www.exagisband.com.
I didn't know what was coming after that. It's amazing.
I know.
So there you find links to our social media. Please make sure to follow us on social media so you can find out what all that's going on with X Aegis in this podcast. And thank you guys so much for listening. We'll catch you next week.
Peace.